Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to this beautiful evening that we're having here in the Tier 2 Acoria Esport Racing League. Today we'll be racing on the Austrian track. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we all know the beautiful, aka well-known, beautiful Red Bull track. So this beautiful Austrian track is full of awesome passing opportunities. It's a wide open track, high speed corners, a lot of straights. So those guys who have the right setup, it'll be the good way to go. Right, so let's have a look at this right now. So we have the first start finish, which has the first DRS sector, which is the beautiful DRS zone that we have, followed by another DRS zone going through from the first corner, going all the way up to the third corner, which is also high. It's a sharp corner, really slow, sharp corner. And then going all the way down, we've got another DRS zone going to the fourth corner. And then we have a whole entire loop in the middle sector. So ladies and gentlemen, this track is full of awesome action and surprises. I hope you guys are ready for this, because I'm definitely ready for this 100%. So let's go through the drivers' points quickly, as we have the drivers lining up already. His online ID will say Prince KB SA. Alright, so the drivers' points for Tier 2 right now, here they are as they stand. We have Lucius still leading, but not far away. The points are super tight so far. Right, now moving on to the team points. We have the McLaren currently just leading out there with 94 points, followed by the Ferrari. These guys have swapped positions, as according to the previous race that they had got the McLaren team managed to beat Ferrari on the constructors. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys are ready, because as you can hear right now, all the cars are already rumbling in the background for the quali lap. So we'll be having an 18-minute qualifying session, and then followed by a 50% race. The reason why we're doing a 50% race today is that the 25% race on this track will be a little bit too short. So 50% will give you guys more action and excitement. So this is going to be one epic race you're going to be seeing here for the Tier 2 guys, and let's already start going as we go through the quali lap. Right, ladies and gentlemen, oh boy, this is not what we all want here. We currently have a rainy quali session, so this makes it really tricky right here, as we're currently on board with Prince KB. He's on his outlap going towards the last corner to start his qualifying lap, as he now goes down the start finish straight, going through, no DRS. It's onto the DRS, which will give him a bit of extra speed. Goes through that right-hander nice and slowly there. Goes out a little bit wide, and still manages to... I think he just did not like that entry into the corner. Definitely decides to back off from it, but we'll get back with him once again. As you can see right here, it's quite tricky out here in the wet, as the drivers are going out wide. Our first time... Baby just really having a tough time controlling the car in these wet conditions. So here, ladies and gentlemen, these wet conditions are just no joke at all. They will be really hard to post any times. But here we are. We have Alicia, our only female driver on here, who's currently set a time of 1:16, and we got Dragon Slayer getting provisional pole with a 1:14.0, almost cracking himself into the 1:13s. A lot of excitement going on in the chats right there. So, ladies and gentlemen, today I'll be joined by Microstatic in the commentary box, and he has just arrived. So, welcome, Microstatic, to this awesome time out here.
Welcome everybody. Thank you so much once again for having me, Rigo and Acoria. I appreciate it. To those of you who are viewers on Twitch, we also do have a Twitch side as well that I'm going to be reporting from. But to the YouTube audience, welcome, and we hope to be able to deliver you some exciting racing. It's definitely going to be an exciting quali. It's wet, so these ones have to get the cars to the finish line as quickly as possible while keeping them on the track. Tier 1 proved that it was difficult in the dry. Let's see how Tier 2 does in the wet. Oh, as I say that, G-Funk has a moment. Oh, Dragon Slayer has a moment in turn 1.
Oh, that's quite rough, right? So let's actually get on board, right, with Prince KB. He just posted a purple in the first sector. Purple usually means fastest sector of the race currently so far as he goes through now the middle sector. Oh, looks like he kind of struggled going out of that exit of the fifth corner. Ooh, locks up a little bit. Towards the medium speed left-hander. It is quite tricky, I must say, in these wet conditions. It's not easy at all to post a loses the rear end of the car.
And I was just about to say, it was looking like he was keeping it safe. And up until then, he was doing really well. It was a verified purple first sector, but unfortunately, the grip just wasn't there in the middle sector and he lit up the tires. I think he was trying to short shift to just get the car to bank in a lap, and unfortunately in the middle sector just didn't agree with it.
Yeah, so TJ, how's it? Oh, that's TJ from YouTube right here for those guys out there on Twitch. Here I am, Rego, one of your commentary guys. So TJ is just answering a question out there. Just letting the guys know that we are currently playing on PC, so don't worry, we don't play this game on console currently.
PC Master Race out here.
Yeah, some PC Master Race, that's the only way forward. Interesting enough, I actually had that in my head right there.
So there's something I want to point out here. Griever has just said a 114, and D2A1 was probably in contention to challenge that, but has a broken wing. So it looks like in order to push, you do have to risk quite a lot, and some are getting burned for it.
Yeah. Look at, I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, we're already at the racing point spinning out there on the third corner. But currently I'm on board with Griever. He managed to get another purple yet again in the first sector, even though he's got provisional pole. I have a feeling he's trying to extend his gap between him and Dragon Slayer. I mean, Dragon Slayer just needs. Ooh, Stefan goes in there and cracks into the sub 114s, goes out for a 13.6 so far.
Yeah, that's a very good lap time. Obviously, the track is ramping up for them. Unfortunately, we don't have so much intel on the weather as much as they do when it comes to the live conditions. But it looks like the track is still ramping up regardless, so we should see some faster times rolling in.
Yeah, I think the guys are now starting to get used to the wet weather conditions. So as time goes, they'll definitely start to bring on the real good times out here. So actually now, as we have Baby and Druis now out on the track. They've still yet to set times, and you can see right here, Baby is going through. Oh, Druis just set up time there, getting himself into 7th place, and Baby takes 2nd place position. Gee whiz, a blistering lap coming from Baby. He's one of those drivers I wouldn't have taken to be the fastest in these wet weather conditions. Alright, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. As we now 9 minutes left of this quali session, we still have Stefan in provisional pole, followed by 2 tenths behind him, Baby, who's just set that time, and I'm sure he's gonna be, after seeing what he's just said, he's definitely gonna go out once again to set us a real great time out there. And then we got Griever right on the edge of breaking into the 113s in 3rd place position, and then we got Dragon Slayer in 4th place, just a few hundreds of seconds behind Griever. Ooh, those times are really close, and a few position changes have just happened right now. So we've got King Alpha in 5th place, DTA in 6th place. Alicia, one of our lady drivers out there, she's gone out again to try to post a good lap. Right here, we're still now on board of Prince KB, going out for his quali lap once again. But Alicia is in 7th place, followed by Duas in 8th place, and G-Funk 9th place position. And we can see right here, Drum. Drunken Irish there in 10th place. Drunken Irish, haven't seen this young man for a while, but welcome back. And then Duam in 11th place, followed by Prince KB in 12th place position, who's currently on his quali lap once again. Let's see if he's going to be able to push his car a little bit better this time without exceeding track limits. Breaks in quite late there.
He's gone quite a bit deep there, but also he is about 4/10 down on his previous personal best purple sector that he set. So it's looking like what he's trying to do here is just get a lap in, probably push later on towards the end.
Yeah, that is definitely true, especially that middle sector is full of twisty turns. Griever! Oh, Griever! No!
Okay, we've got a really horrifying moment with the racing points of Griever. I was actually looking at that on the minimap, thinking that Griever was moving out of the way in order for Prince KB to set a lap, but obviously I couldn't see that the racing point was on the racing line, which is not just blocking, but cause of an actual DNF. So that is just unfortunate. I'm sure the chat is going crazy that side.
Griever.
That's gonna be a reprimanding in the steward's room. It's almost as bad as Bottas in Hungary. It's quite a bad thing.
That's really bad. I think Griever might be. I feel like that deserves a bit of punishment right there. But Daddy missed out on the first tier race and he's asking who won. Well. I can't really remember who won the first tier anyways.
Actually, I'm not too sure. I think it was Pred or...
Oh, it was Pred, yes. It was Brendan Pred. Yes, it was Brendan Pred. Followed by Ladman and then Michael Faree in 2nd place position.
Can we hop over to Baby? Because I'd like to take us through this lap. I have a feeling it's a pretty good one.
Oh, I'm currently on board with him, actually.
Brilliant. So, DRS wide open onto the main straight. Now, what you want to do here is brake as smoothly and as lately as possible. He's gone at about the 90 board, which is very moderate considering the conditions. It's decent. Gets the exit done pretty well. Doesn't use too much of the curb because it is a risky one. Takes a bit of an unconventional but still dry line onto the 2nd corner. Brilliant braking there, very smooth. Car looks composed considering the tricky conditions. And that sector is only a 10th off of Prince KB's first sector that he set the purple on. So this is looking to be a good lap considering that Prince KB was probably on board for that 13.6, 13.5 mark. Misses the apex a little bit there, goes a bit wide, but decides to rather open the line, broaden it out so that the car doesn't, hesitate and lose a bit of itself. Uses the outside curb for the apex of the next corner. Middle sector here, what you want to do is keep as much balance as possible. So maintain the speed. In fact, it's a very common thing around the track that the smoother you are, the more the car rewards you for it. Very straightforward going through there, but 3/10 down in that middle sector compared to the best middle sector that has been set so far. Into the final corner, you want to cut as much as possible without the game giving you track limits. Doesn't cut too much, but it looked a bit slow there. Sets his time, and it isn't an improvement. Was that a warm-up lap? I'm not too sure.
I think he was just still warming up to the whole entire thing, but let's just get back onto what has actually happened between Prince KB and it was Griever. So pretty much Prince KB was on his flying lap, which is his qualifying lap, going through towards the second to last corner, going up the hill. Griever was in the racing line. Unfortunately, Griever did not manage to get out of the way in time. Prince KB just went on directly on that racing line, stayed on it, and Griever just didn't manage to get out of the way. And unfortunately, that just resulted in Prince KB rear-ending into Griever and losing his tire there, and unfortunately that equated into a DNF. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is what happened. Unfortunately, you know, we don't know what was in Griever's mind. Was he trying to move out of the way fast enough or
No,
not?
I think it was a matter of, and I'm sorry to admit this, but I think it was a matter of just forgetting the fact that I think he was probably giving himself some space in that corner in order for a car to proceed, because that's definitely not AI. AI would just be pushing normal speed there. And
Yeah.
he forgot you're on the racing line. And what you're supposed to do if you're going to be slow there in order to prepare for a lap, give yourself a gap, whatever, is be on the right, on the pit entry, because there nobody is going to aim for that area because it's not on the apex. And unfortunately, he didn't. And Prince KB paid the price. However, hope is not lost for Mercedes because G-Funk storms with a 115.38.
I was about to actually say that, you know, just, you know, G-Funk is just full of surprises these days. He's managing to give us some more good times during quali sessions. The only thing now he needs to do is to follow up with a good finishing position.
Yeah, G, honestly, as we watch from France, he just needs to keep his composure. He's got the pace, but he just needs to keep the rear end of that car under control. But based on how he's looking in the wet, I say that while Steven decides to take pole back straight from him with a 1:13 day.
Yeah,
brilliant.
these times are just rolling in.
Yeah, I think now not only has the track ramped up, but like you said, brilliantly so, they are becoming more confident, so they're pushing harder with these tires. And I'm quite interested to see that the faster tires are times are being set by older tires. So I think the inters, getting them into the right window takes longer than a lap, and that's how people are.
Yeah, so I would assume like a little bit of wear and tear allows them to stay on heat also to get that grip going throughout the whole entire course. With the initial set, obviously, you know, to get the temperatures in, you need to just do a few more laps in with them. So I think, you know, sometimes it's just, you know, being lucky, you know, going right with the same set, and because not everybody knows this. You know, we wouldn't think of this game acting up so realistically, but trust me, it does. Oh, okay, baby setting a purple in the middle sector.
Okay,
but
let's get on board with it.
I'm actually like, I just saw that right now. But, you know, a lot of people don't know that, you know, going out of the inters that are a little bit worn out too, they do get up to temperature a whole lot quicker than a brand new set. As you can see right here, baby goes through the last corner as he now goes past the start finish. Will he be able to, takes pole position, purple third sector. Brilliant lap coming from baby. Almost cracking himself into the 112s and just misses out by a 1500th of a second.
But I'm going to ask if we hop onto Steven because he's definitely challenging. He set a purple first sector.
Oh, this is going to be quite an interesting one.
The fight for pole isn't over yet. Griever is probably still in it as well. G has pitted because he has set the faster time that he could. Steven now just needs to keep his composure because at the moment it's advantage Ferrari. That is a confirmed purple first sector. Now let's see what the middle sector looks like. Not as quick. About a second slower. I'm not sure exactly
that's going to be... I think he struggled going through towards that downhill braking zone. Went out of level 5.
That does make a bit of sense, but maybe the wet weather allows that his first sector was so quick that he might be able to improve it. Sadly not.
Right, so ladies and gentlemen, as we are now on our last few seconds of this quali lap, we have Baby still has provisional pole, Stefan in second place position, G-Funk taking third place. Griever's still out there. Can't really count him out. Griever takes the third place position.
Griever's crossed the finish line with a time faster than G-Funk, and Drumworth also brought himself up, so the racing points gave themselves an advantage. And I've just been made aware of the fact that Steven is still on a flyer. He had enough fuel, so he backed off on that last one.
That's great news now, but that's going to be quite terrible news for Baby. But let's wait and see how that's going to turn out between these guys. Will Steven be able to bring out the best out of these tires? As you can see, King Alpha in the way there. Gets out of the way quick enough. But here we go now, going through towards the last two corners. Will Stefan be able to carry out the speed? takes the right turn, gets back onto the power once again, gets off the short shifts down and gets back onto the power once again after, just into,
I think he's backed off there. I think he's backed off there.
yeah, and geez, man, I will hope he would actually put out a real good time. But you know what? The race will tell us everything, ladies and gentlemen. So, for our new viewers, thank you for joining us here on YouTube and Twitch. Just welcome. You know what? This is going to be an action-packed evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be action-packed. Right here, we've got Baby in pole position, followed by Stefan in second place, Griever third place, G-Funk fourth place, first place taken by Droom, sixth place, Druus, very interesting, Druus, Alicia, seventh place, eighth place taken by Dragon Slayer. I thought Dragon Slayer was going to show us flames. DTA takes ninth place. 10th place taken by King Alpha, Drunken Irish, 11th place Prince KB, 12th place, but that was a DNF. So let's go, ladies and gentlemen. This is tier 2 of Acoria Esport Racing League. I'm ready. I'm hyped for this.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
Oh, yes.
It's also going to be unpredictable because since they qualified and it looks like it's muggy weather, so it might even be a bit wet on this session as well. But because they qualified on the inters, the Park Ferme tire rule is out of the books. They can start and use whatever tires that they want throughout the race.
Let me guess, mediums.
Well, here's the thing. A medium stint might work if you don't have safety cars, but a lot of us were finding that starting on the softs was key to the pace. We were just roaring ahead of the track and able to pit with a decent gap, even jump people on strategy. So we'll see how these drivers go. Obviously, it depends on your driving style. If you're the type to be more conservative, the mediums might be a very good call with a soft closer to the end. So we shall see how it goes. They are getting ready now. Who's your money on?
Geez, man, I don't know. Yeah, it's quite tough to call it on this one. But yeah, I don't know. I would say let's go G-Funk. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the race is underway. A real good start there for the Ferrari, side by side with the Williams of Baby Babe. Oh, Ferrari backs off, decides that he's not going to take part in that. Oh, Reynolds goes wide, and this is going to look really rough right here. Griever's going to lose a place to the Ferrari. Oh, boy, now the two Reynolds. Oh, right, that's interesting. I thought the two Reynolds.
So many fights happening here. There's even a fight at the front for second place as the Mercedes storms the Ferrari for that.
Gee whiz. And now we are actually side by side right here with the Reynolds of Druus and Dragon Slayer as they go through the downhill braking zone, and we see Droom takes a dive and goes in for that position, and then get a switcheroo between Drunken Irish and Droom once again. So let's see how this is going right here at the top. As you can see, Baby has been chased down by G-Funk. Stefan right behind thingy G-Funk. Now Alicia and the Ferrari. So the two Ferraris now are chasing down for pole positions. Oh, not pole positions, but podium positions. And we have a bit of a threat here from DTA. DTA definitely does have a bit of a faster pace than Alicia, but will Alicia be able to defend her her teammate?
And further down, we've got a fight for one of the last positions as we've got a spin. What has happened to G just there?
What?
No. And the other Mercedes has got caught up as well. It's another day of calamity for the Mercedes team at Acoria. I'm not even too sure exactly what happened there, but thankfully, Prince KB does not have damage from that. Now, he did lose a couple of the positions he gained. He actually made it from last to seventh before that incident. But unfortunately, he does have to go a bit back down the pack, but he's got his car still intact.
Oh, it looks like the game is allowing him to take overtakes.
Obviously interesting, but
interesting. You know what I think happened is that he actually, as soon as G-Funk spun out and had that incident, I think Prince KB lost the rear end of his car. That's why he had to spin. Because G-Funk would have... Oh, we see the AlphaTauri spinning out. G-Funk would have... that is
so
Dragon
now we have green flag, which is why Rigo and I were kind of holding back on saying things because not a lot of things were making sense. But now at the front, we've got a fight between the Ferraris and DRS is enabled. Alicia, do what you need to do. Let's see it.
Alicia, a woman, needs to defend the honor of the prince and horse. But anyways, let's get on to this. Hopefully, Alicia will be able to stay in contact with Stefan the whole entire way. Stefan just needs to be a good teammate and keep Alicia in. Ooh, there we go. Switcheroo between Alicia and Stefan right there. It looks like Stefan is going to be doing the defending as Alicia will be chasing down ooh, another switcheroo. Oh, almost another switcheroo once again. Looks like Alicia will be chasing down Baby. But now, actually, we got Griever right here coming back at it. Oof.
Yeah, I think that was Mattia Bonotto telling the Ferraris to do a bit of a switcheroo there, possibly to give them a bit of strategic advantage. But now Steven is actually catching, so maybe it's a move to get them some DRS. Who knows? Griever's also in touch with D2A1.
To be honest with you, I feel like they're going to keep doing the switcheroo of DRS the whole entire time, so they actually keep the pace up. I mean, if you look at it, they've done a switcheroo once again on the start-finish. Now the next switcheroo is going to happen once again as they...
This is just a DRS train, but they better not hold themselves up because D2A1 is now in range as well. And there is a fight going for 8th place between Drum and Drunken, who are swapping corner to corner. I think we need to see this because they've been at it for 2 sectors straight now.
Ooh, there we go. Now we see Drum going around the outside, takes the place away from Drunken Irish, going down the DR. Oh, no DRS, both of them. That's quite interesting.
That's interesting. Why? I'm assuming one of them has to use it.
Drunken has DRS. He didn't use it.
Yes. That's probably why. But you know what? I kind of understand. Actually, I don't because I'm the type of racer that dives in for corners. But perhaps he's thinking to himself to bide his time and wait for the longest straight so he can confirm the move. But he is losing a bit of time now.
Yeah, if I were him, I would use the DRS just to give him a bit of a catch up to Prince KB, because I can see Prince KB is now pulling away from the two guys competing against each other, and we can see Druas is right on top of Griever's engine right now. Druas and the Reynolds is
definitely one yellow flag. I'm trying to figure out why there's a Reynolds.
Reynolds.
A1. What has happened there? His wing.
Yeah, he lost his wing. I think he might have had a
spin, perhaps?
It can't be a spin. It could have been touch because he's lost his left end plate. So that means he had a bit of contact with one of the other drivers. I would assume it can't be. Oh no, he was chasing Alicia, so it could have been there.
Oh, possibly, yes.
As you can see,
you're right, he was behind Alicia, yes.
As you can see, Alicia's now 2 seconds away from her teammate.
Yeah, something must have happened between the two of them, and now Griever is all over the back of that Ferrari, and Druas is not too far behind. Now, I just want to mention at this point, while we watch these ones fighting, because also the chat is requesting it, Baby is doing a magnificent job. The gap is nearly at 3 seconds, and he's holding his pace fantastically. So he just needs to keep the race as is right now.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, he's got the soft set of tires. So actually, one interesting...
Apologies.
No, carry on.
I was just going to say, Griever there under DRS making the move work, and now Druas also wanting a piece of that action on the Ferrari into turn 2 under DRS. I think Alicia's probably facing a couple of issues after that incident. But sorry, I interrupted you.
Oh, no, it's perfectly fine. It's just I was actually wanted to come back to what, side by side we have the Reynolds of Alicia. Oh, no, the Reynolds of Druas and Alicia in the Ferrari. Oh, Alicia's got the DRS, takes a place back once more again, but Griever has managed to take the place away from Alicia now. Druas seems to be struggling a little bit there. The tires must have overheated a little bit as he got onto the grass and went back up again onto the tarmac, but that still would be the case. There could be a little bit dirty, but he's definitely lost out on pace on Alicia. But actually, you know, coming back, I actually wanted to say something about Baby. Baby is actually just chilling. He's capable of taking those soft compound tires all the way to most probably 15 laps if he's good at saving tire thread.
And I just want to look at his ERS quickly, and he's got 81, so he's definitely not pushing, which means, yes, he can 100% do that and still keep a solid pace. But not only that, unlike the other drivers, I mean, Steven's not in that much of a boat, but he is facing the cleanest air. So he can just focus on his lap times and pump them out more consistently, because in Sector 2, you can lose a lot following another car.
So I'm seeing a lot of guys out here on YouTube. They actually saying, "Ooh, they supporting Baby to take the win." This will be a surprising win out of all the races we've had.
Yeah,
All
the
right.
fight between Druis and Alicia is not over yet because Druis just set a purple first sector, so he was clearly pushing under DRS and has plenty of ERS. So I'm expecting him to make a move on the start-finish straight in the next lap.
Yeah, so we can see right here, actually, Prince KB is now managing to keep that distance between him and Druis, around about 4 second difference. Actually, it stayed the same for a long time, even though Druis is getting the DRS. Prince KB is managing to stay intact, and actually the last two corners he's taken 2 tenths out of the time between him and Druis. So Prince KB is something that's a guy we're going to be seeing a little bit later on, challenging Druis in the next roundabout, just say 6 laps.
Yeah, Druis is still in touching distance of Alicia and does get the DRS with a decent exit, but 8 tenths behind. That's not enough to make a move into turn 3, so he's going to have to bide his time a little bit. Alicia's doing an amazing job. Sorry, Rico.
Sorry, I'm just cracking here. Sorry about that. So in the comments, one of the guys just commented, it's Quentin. He says, G-Funk must be the most unluckiest driver out there on the Formula One game.
Possibly, yeah. It was really unfortunate what had happened to him. We do have a Racing Point causing a yellow flag in the final sector. I'm assuming that's Bruin. I'm intrigued as to why he is no longer fighting Drunken Irish. I'm assuming something must have happened between them and the pit stops, because they were literally a second apart for the last 4 laps.
Oh, that's definitely
true. Yeah, I've got some feedback from G-Funk. Unfortunately, his wheel got disconnected coming out of turn 1. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what he said. Apologies, man. Yeah, it's an unlucky one for the remotes, but you'll come back stronger, and your teammate is very much in the fight and closing the gap to the car in front, despite a couple lockups here.
So, actually now, what I'm hearing is, that Griever can do an undercut. I don't know. Griever, an undercut on Stefan. Griever he has the pace. He definitely does have the pace, but I don't know if he's going to be able to do an undercut on Stefan. Stefan definitely has a bit more pace than Griever, but Stefan has been falling behind, and Griever is now caught up to Stefan, and he's 0.3 seconds away from Stefan. So this should allow Griever to get closer as time goes. But we can see Druis has gotten himself really close to Alicia, gets a real good exit, and now the fight is on all the way down the pit straight.
To send it into turn 1, it's too late. You can't.
It's too late.
You have to wait and bide his time. Turn 2 is a definite opportunity here, right behind the car. We saw Max Verstappen do this to Charles Leclerc. Will another Ferrari be victim of a turn 2 overtake? It looks like it's going to be close, but that Renault is struggling on the straight line speed. I'm actually slightly confused by that. That should have been very easy.
So I was looking at that entry that he took into the first corner. He didn't line himself up properly on the exit. I think he lost speed there. He relied a lot on that ERS going through that straight, going up towards that third corner. So he definitely lost out on speed on the exit of that first corner.
But the other thing as well that I'm realizing is, I mean, it should still be an easy overtake, even if the car in front of you has a good exit with ERS. DRS is not only so powerful here, but so is the slipstream up that hill. It's one of the easiest places to make an overtake, but Druis is getting really close now, and Alicia boxes, I'm assuming. If that wasn't a defensive line, yes.
That's actually that's what we'd like to see more of guys doing, is not cutting across to go into the pit lane, just getting onto that pit line and actually getting into the pit lane, because I've seen in tier 1 a person just cuts right across to go into the pit.
Now Prince KB has been pushing, and I think Druis has been making mistakes. And so he is now within touching distance of the DRS on the Renault, but he did go wide into turn 1, and that cost him a bit of time. I also just want to answer something that is said in the chat. This track eats tires by Wolf, and I will say, if you're following someone, yes it does. The dirty air riddles your car's balance, but if you're in clean air, then you can manage your pace and keep the laps consistent as well as fast, which I think Alicia's gonna try and do, but she might get jumped because Griever, sorry, who is she fighting with?
She was fighting Griever, definitely.
Yes,
Druis.
because Griever has gone along. Oh, Druis, yes,
Druis.
has gone along. So now they've got the cleaner air. Question is, will that be an overcut because the car didn't pit and got the cleaner air?
But you see, the thing is now, Alicia's also got clean air between her and Prince KB, so this should be fine. You can see Druis goes into the
People diving
pit.
into the pit. So does our race leader Bailey. Now, Steven needs to pump some incredible laps to at least get some gains on our race leader. But judging by the pace he's had this whole time, it looks like he will be just fine. It looks like he's going for a soft, medium, soft. Druis, interesting. He goes for what is actually the recommended strategy. Everyone
Hard compound tire
strategy on the hard tire. Now it is going to be slower, but he doesn't have to stop. He goes all the way. So all he needs is to keep it consistent and not make mistakes. Otherwise, it will be in vain.
Look, the only thing that might ruin his strat will be a safety car, because then the other guys can switch over. But he does have that opportunity to switch over if it's later on in the game, to switch over to like a set of soft compound.
Tire.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Griever is now within DRS of our current race leader.
I have a feeling when Prince KB comes out of here, he'll be in front of Druis. If Prince KB goes into the pits now, because he pushed quite well on this lap, he'll actually be in front of Druis. But then he's still carrying on with that set of soft compound tires. I mean,
now the soft, I was able to do 11 laps in tier 1 with considerably dirty air in the beginning. So I think it is possible to stretch a bit. In fact, Jeff is telling him to pit lap 13, so perhaps his tires weren't so... Oh, yes, of course. His tires weren't baked at all because he wasn't able to qualify.
Yeah. And the other thing is he's spent a lot of time in the clean air, so that's definitely going to work for him. So most probably he can go up to 14 then, if that's the case. Then he might actually be able to extend his medium compound tires a little bit further in and get another soft to be a bit more racier than everybody else.
Now that's a clever suggestion, especially while the car is heavy. Just deal with the consistent pace. Then when it's lighter, have your tires do less laps and use them when the car is lighter. Yeah,
especially on the slower tires. That's gonna help a lot. But this is interesting. So we see Drum is actually starting to get really close to Druis. Druis is still on his first lap on those hard compound tires, and Drum is 12 laps in. Jeez. All right, so those
tires are complaining clearly because he's lost a tenth in that sector, 2 tenths now.
Yeah, I mean, like, that set should still be in good condition, but you know what, you'll never know. Well, look, Drum has been following a lot of drivers the whole entire time, so that could have just really destroyed his tires.
Yes, he was fighting with Pin Alpha for a considerable amount of sectors in a row, so I'm sure the car is just a bit overheated on its tires. Doesn't manage to get the DRS back either, so I think Druis is also finding some comfortable pace to keep the car behind despite being on a slower tire.
So definitely Prince KB is extending those tires all the way to most probably 14. He's got this gut. The way he's driving, it looks like he's got this gut that he's going to catch up to Griever. So he's pushing to catch up to him. But definitely, if I'm looking at his pace, it's still similar the whole entire time. So it's definitely okay. He would have done an overtake on... I think it was Druis who was in front of him, so this should work out well for him. But you know what would be great for Prince KB right now? Safety car. And we've got Griever going straight into the pits. Jeez.
So here's the thing. Prince KB's gamble could be amazing if there is a safety or even a virtual safety car, because then it slows down the pack and he can dive into the pits under the delta, slowing everybody down. But it needs to be a calculated decision, and I'm just looking at the rest of the pack. Right now, he's lapping in the 1 minute 9 Druis, on the other hand, who he is competing with, remember, and is on the slower tire, is doing 1 minute 8.
Oh.
So at this point in time, it's not looking like Prince KB has jumped him strategy-wise. And at this point, it's when this strategy decision starts punishing you, because you're on tires that are dead and the drivers behind you are on fresher tires. They're making gains. If you look at the gap between Druis and Prince KB altogether, it adds up to about 16 seconds. That is not a pit stop distance. Now, obviously,
he's on 18 right now.
Tires. Yeah. So obviously
he's going into the pits now.
Is he going in now?
Yeah,
Good.
it's going in now.
That was probably the
Yeah,
best
because
decision
that
right
previous
there.
lap was definitely a slower one. And let's now wait and see. Now, as we have, it's actually Griever that was chasing down. Griever going through to, oh, it's the start finish. Oh, unfortunately, Prince
No,
Gaby is still cruising.
Griever was never going to happen, and neither was Alicia as she goes past. Remember,
Oh,
Prince
yeah.
Gaby still has
Oh,
to find the pit exit. So, Druis is the one we're looking at here, and the exit is happening right now.
oh, side by side. Oh,
Story, but
he's
a
still
lot closer.
Yeah, look, it works for him. I think the last 2 laps actually punished him. Safety car! What?
That's a little bit unfortunate. If he had extended by 1 lap, he's
Oh!
in the lead. I think Drunken Irish had a moment and DNF'd into the middle sector. I'm trying, obviously I can't see the car, but I'm trying to find somebody who's on their way there. There's a Williams going there. I think it's our race leader.
Yeah, that's Baby going there, but it would have despawned by now. Hopefully not, so we can give telltale signs on how it happened. Oh, despawned.
Yeah, unfortunately we would not be able to see that. But okay, it makes things interesting now because we have a safety car restart, Druis on a slower tire, Prince Gaby on a faster tire. So what does everybody else do?
If I were Druis, I would have went directly into the pits for a set of mediums.
A racer, yes. Yeah, I agree with you on that.
It helps throw him out quite a lot though, because he's got 15 laps on those medium compound tires.
Yes.
Oh no, he has not pitted. Oh.
Who Druum hasn't pitted?
Yeah. Wait.
No, he has.
Yes.
He pitted early on. I assume because we are on lap 17, so 15 laps would mean somewhere in the first or second.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Let me check race director just to confirm this. Pit stops. Where is Druum? Oh wow, Druum hasn't stopped.
I think he might have had a spin out and just came back, but that doesn't make any sense. 17 to 15.
Yeah, I don't see him on record on race director as having stopped. So I think he's extended the stint.
Let me just have stops. Yeah, Druum has not stopped at all.
There's a stops option. I completely forgot about that. Yes, he has not stopped.
Yeah, that's
incredible.
That's quite interesting.
I'm confused now as to why he didn't dive into the pits right there and then.
Yeah.
Why is he still out right now?
Let me just increase your volume there.
Oh, am I all right? Am I too low for you in your ears?
No. It's just the guys are finding you a little bit low on my side. So just increase yours.
All right, but in your ears, am I fine?
Yeah, you're perfectly fine.
Cool. Perfect. Unfortunate for Drunken Irish, was having a solid race with some good battles, but I think a moment of overcorrection might have happened there in the middle sector.
Oof, no, this could have been such a great gamble for Prince Gaby if it happened just before he pitted. I mean, that would have been
However,
great.
the guy in front of him is choosing not to stop on the slower tire. The hard tire is unfortunately eating into Druis' strategy because the mediums will have a faster warm-up and better grip obviously on the start, but also these guys can now extend this medium stint a little bit because the safety car laps you're a lot slower, and they'll be able to have a faster soft tire stint and a shorter soft tire stint at the end. So I think Druis is thinking to himself, you know what, I'm going all the way to the end, you all still have to lose 20 seconds to me, so I'm just going to keep it out. But is that going to compromise him on the restart?
So I have a feeling he'll most probably end up, it will definitely compromise him on the restart, but he'll most probably end up in the same position if he does carry on with this set of hard compound tires. But also there's still safety car plays out there that can still happen.
And I want to answer Wolf in the chat. I'm assuming he's talking about Druum being able to do 20 laps on the mediums.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But why is he still on them? It makes no sense whatsoever to be on this old used set of tires when you can get a pit stop when the entire pack is moving slowly, even if you lose a bunch of track positions. This is going to be painful for him now because now he's going to have to make the pit stop when everybody's moving. It's Lewis Hamilton with the restart all over again.
He's just really ruining his. Ooh, people are getting a 5-second.
And now he gets a penalty for a collision with the car. But I'm assuming D2A1 has gone into Dromo.
Yeah, because I saw he ghosted up a little bit right here. So actually,
Yes.
I want to actually see this action from Prince KB's car right here, because I have a feeling we're going to see some moves coming up from front.
However, we are gone. The race leader has caught everybody napping. And he has taken a 1.6 second gap now on the car behind.
Oh, Stefan was definitely sleeping on that one right there.
Yeah, I do find that Austria is a place where if you time it right, the one corner of a restart, you can get it working really well. But Prince KB looking very racy on the car in front on the hard tires.
Is he going to take the gamble dive? Oh, he does! Side by side going into the third corner.
He made it? Oh, no!
Oh, they both went out wide. He took it. He took it.
It felt a bit like a full send all the way out and then wide and then clipping the car. It might be something the stewards talk about, but then again, Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc had something very similar in 2019. So we'll see how that pans out. But for now, Prince KB does have 5th place. And now, Druas is under pressure from an 18-lap-old set of mediums held by the Racing Point of Dromo. That's interesting.
So Druam also tried to take that overtake from Druas, but then Druas managed to come out a whole lot faster out of that third corner after having to have went out wide with Prince KB. But I don't know, those medium compound tires are going to start warming up and they're going to start overheating because they're really worn out. So the Racing Point will definitely start losing out on pace. Oh, we got a bit of a collision for King Alpha hitting the exit wall on the left towards the spectators, losing most of his wing.
Yeah, his wing is gone, sadly. That is really disappointing. He's going to have to box for a new one. However, I've just realized something, Rigo, which is monumental. We are 20 laps in.
Yeah.
Theoretically speaking, if Drum keeps extending, he is on for a set of soft tires.
Oh my word.
The pace is going to be brutal. The pace is going to be brutal because it's just sliding all over the place once it gets to about lap 22, 23, I believe. But if he can hold it together, 10 laps on the soft is doable, and it's fast doable. And everybody else in front of him, except the Renault of Druas, has to stop again.
So now, actually, as you just said that, so he just literally needs to take it to lap 23 or 24.
I say 25 to be not only absolutely safe, but to have the tires at the end, the stint be a full push without having to be careful.
Okay, yeah, that would make more sense, because I mean, with the set of soft compound tires, you can do a real push for 11 laps. And then after that, you're definitely falling out badly. You're most probably going down the cliff, and you can see right here there's a midfield battle between KB and Alicia. Alicia is under a little bit of pressure, but also, we got the switcheroo between Griever and Stefan. Stefan just losing a position to Griever.
And Prince KB sends it again, goes too deep, and Alicia says, nope, you will not have it that way. Brilliant defending. I think she knew that he was going to send it way too far in. And unfortunately, he's paid the price by still conceding the position.
But as you can see right here, we do have Alicia on 9 laps on those medium compound tires. They definitely, I don't know how they feel for her. She didn't spend a lot of time behind any other car, but we can see right here, Prince KB is once again on the chase, gets DRS this time, back onto that ERS. Alicia definitely on ERS also, avoiding KB from getting closer, but then definitely every time in the braking zone, KB is just getting that real good late entry. But then now, will this move stick? Now it will definitely move going towards the... Oh yeah, side by side into the third corner. Oh, clips Alicia there. Didn't clip. Oh, Alicia comes back at it again, side by side.
Brilliant switchback. This is an amazing fight. It was going to be done there, but Alicia gets the DRS back. I think she timed that overtake. The Prince KB got in, they do make contact there.
Oh, that was a little bit dirty there. He could have went in a little bit deeper to try avoid that.
Yeah, he could have gone deeper. He had more track than she did. But at the same time, was there a cross? I think the contact does insinuate that he did close the door a little bit. So it was a bit cheeky, and I do think the stewards might have a look at that. But thankfully, Alicia does not have damage, and you know what? She's not even done. The gap is still very much.
She's gonna get the DRS.
And now, And now the Renault of Drumhoek is in contention for this fight as well, but he's putting a lot of pressure on Alicia. And I just want to point out that Prince KB just got a penalty for 3 seconds. Alicia's got one as well. Druas doesn't. That's going to play a factor later on now that everybody is so close going into the second half of this race.
Oh, yes. What an awesome driving that we're seeing here from Alicia. This is the highest we've seen her so far in this whole entire league. And she's doing a great job defending.
Oh, brilliant exit! Oh no, what's happened to the Ferrari in front?
Stefan
that must have been a game crash, but the Mercedes gets DRS, and will they touch again? Yes, they do. Wheels banging. Unbelievable.
Jeez,
they will not relent. I wanted to say, and they touch Rigo as a joke because Wolf has referenced it, but there it is right there. I mean, I'm not going to lie. This is looking like great racing on my end.
Dude, it is looking like a true great racing that we're seeing. Oh, Alicia turns baseline wide.
There, a bit of understeer.
Damn,
and that's cost her as well. The position is now gone to Druas. So that's unfortunate, but it was a very entertaining set of laps. But you know what? She should just keep it going because at the moment she's leading with the Ferraris. What's happened to Steven? He must have had a disconnect because P2
or he's disconnected.
What he was.
He's disconnected.
Yeah,
he's going to go
sadly that position is gone now. That's very unfortunate.
He's just gonna fall back. As we've said, the AI has been set quite low, so that's definitely gonna work against him. But Prince KB now all free in third place, clean air up front, but he still has that pressure from Druas now. Finally, we do get Prince KB all the way up the top. He just needs to bring the car back home and keep pushing, but Alicia's now losing out on pace.
Rigo, meanwhile, Drumhoek did stop, set the fastest lap on the soft tires. So he's doing exactly what we thought he was going to do, just about 2 laps early. But based on the way that he saved those mediums, it shouldn't be too much of a hassle. But now he's got to fight. He's got to fight. And he's got the Renault with 4-lap-old mediums in front of him. Should be very straightforward here, though.
It's easy peasy overtake. Renault, what is the Renault doing? Oh, jeez. Trying to scare him there.
That's a cheeky squeeze, but it wasn't illegal. The cars went what's there, Drum goes wide, and they collect wings within one another. Now, Drum did send there and managed to warrant the corner, but did he cut into the line of the Renault? The stewards are going to have to decide. Unfortunately, I couldn't actually make it out there myself.
So I saw both drivers locked up going into that corner. Drum went out wide of that lock with the tires turned to the right. Unfortunately, when you've locked up, there isn't any grip or anything like that. So you just perusal, go all the way down into the gravel track. But DTA is definitely going to suffer after that one there. But he'll still have his 8th place position.
As Steven now joins back to try and sustain some of the damage limitation that needs to happen now. Dragon Slayer and D2A1 have a switch because D2 obviously pits for his new wing. Our race leader sitting comfortably with a 4-second gap. Griever now just trying to manage the gap between himself and Prince KB. However, that gap just went down by 2/10 there. We've got about 10 laps to go and their tires are the same age. At this point, it's pace that decides the win.
So to be honest with you, I feel like Griever can actually push from now to the end to catch up to Baby. Because, I mean, if you look at it, yes, Baby is chillaxing up top. He is actually using his DRS quite a lot. He does see the potential threat coming from Griever. So definitely Griever is showing a little bit of pace compared to what Baby's got right now with those medium sets of tires. So definitely we're going to be seeing Griever in the next few laps getting closer to Baby. Now, Baby's tires should start giving off in the next 2 laps. So Griever's got another 5 laps to go of constant fresh mediums to give him more pace. So hopefully Griever can use his ERS wisely to catch up to Baby. But Baby's now actually used up so much ERS and Griever's using so much ERS. Oh, jeez, that distance was getting really close there as Griever had a clear 4 seconds between him and Baby, but now it looks like it's a 4.8 seconds difference now.
And it's bringing the Mercedes of Prince KB into play. The gap when you started speaking there was about 2.7. It's going down into 2.4. So it looks like Griever is unfortunately having his tires baked a bit, and they're costing him performance at this point in time. Wow, that's actually the first time I've realized there's a pit board animation. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. I never knew that was a thing in this game. But also the other thing as well is Prince KV's tires are a lap fresher. That might make the difference when it comes to the window and who manages them better. Gap still at about 2.4 seconds though, so it's going to be a long game to the finish.
Yes, definitely. From the chats here, Daddy is saying the hard compound tires are starting to become alive right now. We see Stefan is going straight into the pits on the 13 laps on the soft compound tires. We see that both Ferraris went straight into the pits right now. But Daddy's saying the hard compound tires are becoming alive right now. Well, yeah, they are, but you know, that alive moment is quite short. It's usually like run about 7-8 laps of being alive, and then after that it's another drop down once again.
The other problem with the hard compound tire is it is an inherent disadvantage, because on a track like this, the tires themselves, they matter in sector 2, where you need most of the grip. So if he switches them on, great, but overall they'll still be slower than the guys in front. But baby, something must have happened to our race leader, because he has boxed for a set of softs and has lost 3 positions.
So
was he pitting as part of his strategy, I suppose?
I feel like this is more a strategy, because he actually extended those softs to try and see if he could stay out, but then he noticed that, you know, he's using too much ERS to keep up the pace. So
that's a huge mistake though, because he was about maybe 16 laps into his stint with those mediums, and he had a decent gap. Even if he was losing a little bit of time, Griever's tires are not fresh either, so he would have gotten the win.
So Griever can go all the way.
Yeah. Yes, Griever can go all the way. Drumhoek proved to us that the tires can do 20 laps safely, not with optimum pace, but safely. And I think Baby has honestly just cost himself the win with that pit stop. The tires would have made it to the end. It might have been a bit tricky towards the end, but with that gap, it wouldn't have been too much of a problem, as the gap now between the current race leaders is 1.4 seconds. Same tire age, and in just that corner, Prince KB gets another 10th and a half. So this is going to be a fight for first place.
So this is going to be an interesting fight now. Question is Griever up for this kind of pressure? I mean, Prince KB is willing to sacrifice the car to take a position, but Griever is definitely... I mean, Griever is a much more conservative driver. He's not going to go for that kind of move, but we'll have to see. Now, I think most of the time, your consecutive drivers are actually very good defenders now. You know, considering that, you know, Prince KB is willing to risk it all, I feel like if I were Prince KB, I'll just wait it out till I can get a good, clear DRS.
Yes, and I think as well as he's clearly faster, so he is building up the pace in the sectors and putting the gap down. But unfortunately, we all know that this is going to be a lick the stamp and send it. He's going to full send. And I hope that it is a send that is calculated to a point where he makes it out of the other corner and then can use the pace to assert that he's gone. But he has gone a bit wide there. Yeah, but he's made up a bit of time. So it is going to be a warning from the stewards, but no penalties. And he does have a gain. Question is, can he get into the DRS?
So I just saw him. That's the third time I see him going wide on the last 4 corners. And I just have a suspicion that those tires are now they're a little bit aged more when it comes to wear compared to what Griever's going through. I mean, look at how deep he goes through those corners, trail breaking into them all the time and locking up. That does definitely cost the tires, especially the ones up in front, a lot of grip.
Yeah, and the pace is clearly falling off as well, because Griever is managing the gap now at 1.5, 1.6. They're both burning the ERS. Griever a lot, because in the straights, Prince KB still has a bit of a slipstream in that distance. But it looks like Griever is now starting to stretch his muscles and assert his dominance for this win. Baby is now within DRS of 3rd place, and it's quite disheartening to say that a very Ferrari 2019-like mistake has cost Baby what I think was an easy win. But he's definitely going to get the podium on Druas. And also, honorable mention to Druas. He stuck to the mediums, the hards, didn't want to stop. And P4 was a decent amount of points. He got the jump on Alicia, who he was fighting on earlier as well.
Side by
as Baby
side,
makes the overtake work.
Gone. just like that. No contention whatsoever, but we can see that Baby, Druis has got DRS once again, but Baby did have a real good exit. Ooh, geez, a cheeky one right there.
Yeah, I think he saw that, you know, as much as he was building that gap, he doesn't have the tire to fight for that inside and keep it on the track without shunting into the car.
Oh,
As something has happened to
retired.
Steven in the third sector, the car is off. We've got a safety car.
Safety. Oh.
AB is now in the game.
Oh boy, this is now. Oh, this is gonna
Prince
be
KB
rough.
can fight for first place. Griever can defend it, but they'll be working with 16, 15 lap old medium tires. Baby's tires are just waiting to be unleashed.
So
I think the two in front are in big trouble now.
So now this is just a race. Baby's got pole position, as you can see right here on the chat. Moteki said Baby podium, and I thought, you know what? That's not going to happen. And guess what? It does happen. And I have a feeling now Griever and Prince KB, they'll just be fighting for that second place position. But now, just remember one thing. Druis just went into the pits. Alicia, soft compound tire, 4 laps. Druis, fresh set of tires or so. So second, third, and fourth. Second and third.
That's gonna be a fight too.
Yeah.
That whole pack can easily fight one another for everything there. 4 laps isn't horrible, but fresh softs are obviously amazing. But there's something else that I want to point out, and it might actually ruin a bit of the race for all of you. And I know the strategists are thinking about this as well, as are the drivers. Baby is sitting pretty because not only does he have fresher tires, not only does he have faster tires, the guys in front of him have 3-second time penalties.
Yeah.
Baby does not.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, it's just a battle between Griever and Prince for second and third.
Yeah.
But, you know, there is that other pressure. Now, the question is, you know, I have a feeling I would go into the pits if I would have went into the pits right there, you know? Because, I mean, if I were the guys up front, which is Griever and Prince KB, I would have went for a set of softs because we're all close by. Everybody's going to try to compete for a position. So, I mean...
It's looking like at the moment, based on the pack, they're probably going to have this lap, but everybody else is so far back. I don't know if they're going to catch up.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the safety car is just going to force a restart. I hope it does now. If that's the case, they get 3 racing laps. Unfortunately, if the guys in the front pit now, that's not enough to clear 9 or even 7 cars if the 2 cars.
Oh, no, that's going to be rough. The ideal time,
they don't have a choice. They have to stay out.
The ideal time would have been this lap before the safety car went past the start finish. It would have been this lap to pit. But you know what? I mean, I was thinking about it. I'm thinking, would you rather defend with old tires or attack with new tires? I would rather be on the attacking side.
At this point, true in terms of in general, but at this point they're fighting for 18 and 15 points. If they pit, they'll be fighting for 3 and 4 points. So the gain as a whole isn't as great, and there's not enough laps for them to pull through the pack and just make overtakes, especially since the pack has Druis and Alicia. They're not going to back down from a fight, especially not in the last few laps. So,
I mean, Alicia
do we have a safety car going on or not?
No.
Well,
safety car can only do 3 laps, and it should have said already entering in sector 2 that it's going in, and definitely going out for another lap once again. On this lap, it should be pitting after going past the start finish.
So unfortunately, Steven in the chat says that he had an issue that I've had multiple times in these Grand Prix, where you disconnect and Jeff and your AI decide to make a brilliant decision to pit you for no reason.
Oof, that's rough. And he says that's why you buy 2021.
Yes, no, that makes sense. We'll get there when the price tag drops.
Yeah, look, that price tag is steep, eh?
It's a bit steep, especially considering the fact that you get less of a game compared to this year. We paid about 300 Rand South African, and we got DLCs, cars, classic cars, all that, and short tracks, which you don't get in 2021. So we'll have to wait.
I don't understand why they even done that. I mean, why take out when you can leave in? You know, just
it rhymes with Pete. I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah. And also there's that guy, you know, the greedy guy who likes money, that other company, you know, we so hate so much.
That's the one I was talking about that rhymes with Pete. That's the one I was talking about, yeah. We don't want to
yes.
talk about it too much, but we know exactly what it is. Codemasters, but we really know who's behind that.
Yeah, we know who's pulling that string, eh?
100%. Wolf says, I would have pitted for fresh softs. The thing is, you're banking on something happening that gives you a fortunate lead of the race. But I don't know. I think it's possible for these guys to hold it just for 2 laps, because buckling it down and losing 5 positions is a guarantee that they won't end up on the podium. But here, it's a gamble.
All right, so look, for 2 laps, it's fine. I feel like the defending for 2 laps is ideal. It's okay. But look, if they had like an extra like 5 laps, I think the softs would have been ooh, gee whiz. Griever just doesn't back anyone up and just goes for it. It's a full send.
That's a mistake from Griever, because everybody was prepared for that. I think he took it very gingerly into the final corner and didn't try and catch any beeping. And now Prince KB only 2 tenths behind the racing point, but Baby also catching up onto the Mercedes. This is going to be a full send into turn 2, I believe, from the Williams, but no, bides his time. I think he knows that his tires are faster. He'll get it done somewhere around the next lap.
Look at this exit right here. We can see.
Oh, yeah, no, I say that, but geez, the Williams is all over the Mercedes. Goes for the inside.
Oh, sorry, goes out wide.
Goes way too deep. Way too deep. And Alicia capitalizes and makes it into P2 on the soft tire. Is that going to be a podium for Ferrari? Unbelievable. And the Renault is now on the softs behind Prince KB as well.
I don't think that Reynolds gonna get it, but those exits will. No, Duas has actually got no penalties, so this should allow him to get that position quite easily. So now, question is Prince KB willing to let that position go easily, or is he gonna make Duas fight for it? As you can see right there, Prince KB is trying to get to break. Oh, they're side by side going into the first corner. Prince KB chooses the inside line, goes straight into the Ferrari. Oh boy, now the Ferrari is in a bit of trouble. Yeah, going out of the exit. The Ferrari had a bit of a shake and bake moment of the. Ooh, Prince KB goes for the dive. Racing Point takes advantage of that and takes 3rd place position. Now Drome is in it. Oh, whoa.
The podium has swapped around so many times, and we are on the final lap. I think the sense is necessary because you gotta do what you gotta do.
Going through.
Jeez, oh my goodness. Oh, they bang wheels, they touch, Rigo, they touch.
Oh,
Prince KB keeps the position, and I do think the wing is compromised on the Racing Point. Yes, it is, and there's probably going to be some stewards inquiries after this race. Question is now, will Drew send it into the final corner? Our race leader goes into the final straight, takes the checkered flag, but will not take the win, I don't believe, because Alicia crosses, Prince KB crosses, Drum takes 2nd place, so Griever does get the win. Drum will get 2nd, and Druas gets 3rd place.
I thought Alicia was going to be on the podium. That was so close. Look at the difference. It's just 3 tenths. Oh, jeez.
The penalties had a lot to do with that, but we definitely got a very exciting final lap full of wheel-to-wheels and a wheel banging there, as Prince KB obviously gets your driver of the day, having started all the way from the back of the grid. However, I do feel like it's going to be a bit of a busy day in the Discord and in the stewards' rooms for all the incidents that happen. But there is your race winner, capitalized from the unfortunate mistake that cost Baby the definite win, and unfortunately he made another one later. And Racing Point have had an amazing day.
Just see. Racing Points is like patience, eh? The patience.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are the mid-pack racers. And as time went, everything just worked in their hand. I mean, if Baby didn't send it, he should have not sent it. He should have just left it.
He was way faster, and with the penalties that everybody else had, that was a win if he kept himself in the podium position. So that is really unfortunate. He's going to be kicking himself after losing so many points from that mistake. Very break magic, if I'm being honest.
That was like epic racing that we got there, ladies and gentlemen. It's just brilliant. I loved it. I loved it. I couldn't
Yeah, it
even
was
I
fantastic.
couldn't even say anything because it's like side by side, corner to corner. Everybody's trying
Yeah.
to make a move on everyone, and it's just madness the whole entire time. I mean, it's just epic racing. This kind of racing is what actually makes everything so exciting and awesome. I mean, to watch this, it's such a huge privilege. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Oh
So,
wow.
okay, I wonder if the game will actually let me. Okay, it looks like I'm still in the server, so I'm pretty glitched.
I'm
Our
still in the
race
server.
winner
Yeah?
is there it is. Okay, I just took the screenshot to read out the race results. I wonder if anybody has posted it in the Discord.
Well, let me have a look at this right now. So, let's have a look. I can just quickly go back in time on YouTube quickly, and here we are. Let's have a look. So,
I go, but I don't have a mouse on the overlay. Yeah.
it's okay. Yeah, so our race winner is Griever. Oh, well done to this young man. Yeah,
Brilliant race.
a brilliant race, and then followed by his teammate Druam in second place. Druas taking fifth place. Actually, in Druam and Druas, quite persistent drivers. They stuck to their pit strategies, and somehow it worked out, even though we had a safety car.
So yeah, extending that medium stint worked for Drum exceptionally well.
Yeah, so it's quite interesting. And then Alicia taking the fourth place position. She just lost out 3/10 to get that not podium position, this podium position.
Yes,
Podium position. All right. I always think podium is like first place, but jeez.
Yeah.
But well done to Alicia for fighting brilliantly and bravely throughout this whole entire race. I mean, she did not have the awesome pace that everybody has, but she just...
But that was a masterclass in defending and a masterclass on capitalizing on your opponent's sending, and she kept it on the track. She would capitalize and retake the corners, switchbacks. Brilliant driver.
Yeah, okay.
If not her, I think Drum are my drivers for the day.
I feel like, actually, I was about to say, I feel like Alicia deserves the driver of the day. I know Prince KB fought from the back to the front, but the amount of effort that Alicia has put through, it's epic.
Insane.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, considering, we're looking at skill here, and I mean, she's, like we all know, she's not the fastest driver out there, but getting into that
100%.
position, I mean, it's brilliant. This is what we like to see.
Basically in this race, she reminded me of Mick Schumacher defending against a super fast Max Verstappen behind her. Now the gap between her and the others isn't that crazy, but the way that she kept it composed and just said, you know what, no, you're not just having this, I'm here to race and get a healthy set of points for Ferrari, utterly brilliant.
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like, the other Ferrari could have made it also. It could have made it.
Yeah,
but,
sadly, some logistical issues cost the other Ferrari.
Yeah, that definitely cost Ferrari quite a lot. But what an epic race! And then looking at the other drivers, I mean, they've done a brilliant job. I mean,
fifth place for Pris KB, as we said. Baby, unfortunately, did lose out according to the strategy and the mistake in sixth. Dragon Slayer with the 7th kept it in the points, which is great because it wasn't a very straightforward race for that AlphaTauri, and even the fastest lap, the pace wasn't necessarily there. King Alpha gets 8th. D2A1, some unfortunate incidents with the wings did push him back a little bit into 9th place, and then obviously Steven still gets the final point, but with the game.
But I see Slayer actually was the Alpha that spun out. No, it was the AlphaTauri that spun out.
I think he... Yeah, sorry?
Yeah, no, you can carry on, yeah.
I was just going to say, I don't think the car was underneath him because I didn't see that car being very racy. I don't remember us speaking about that car apart from the restarts. So I think the pace wasn't necessarily there.
But yeah, look, to close it off, thank you guys for joining us here today with me, Rego, and Microstatic. It's been a beautiful evening right here, actually packed with a lot of overtakes. And definitely, I'm full to the brim of excitement even now. I just feel like the race should have just carried on. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen,
10 more laps.
10 more laps, please. I need more. I want to see how it's going to turn out. I want to see what's going to happen, you know. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, please do not forget to subscribe and like on our YouTube channel and to subscribe on our Twitch. Also, the links are in the description below, and there's also the beautiful discounts from Trojan Gaming that we're handing out for you guys. So for any equipment that you'd like to purchase from that website, you will get a beautiful discount from there. But yeah, I think that will be it from me, Rago, and Microstatic. Thank you for joining in. Jeez, it's been an epic time out here in Tier 2, and I'm enjoying the commentary with you.
Yes, no, it's been fun, and I once again thank you for having me. And always a vibe here. We've had some really good fun, some good laughs, and some, most importantly, incredible racing. And look no further if you want to find this kind of thing. Wednesdays and Saturdays. This coming Saturday, we have Silverstone. That is going to be a big fight. Lots of DRS straights for overtaking, but a lot of technical areas for some pace. So it thankfully doesn't have a turn 1 or turn 2 that is prone to a lot of mistakes. They can happen, and we might even get a repeat of Cops from this year. We all know what happened there in real life. But nonetheless, that should be a very exciting race. Tier 1 will be at 5 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, followed by Tier 2 at 7:30 / allowing for Tier 1.
Yeah, no, it's going to be quite an epic race that we're going to be getting there. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today, and enjoy the beautiful evening. Thanks for your support.
Yes, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Good night. Thank you.